Now, just what is my little newbie from work doing here? And why are they walking all alone? Do they not realize the dangers of roaming these corners of the city at night? Are they trying to put themselves in danger? But really, why here? I stalk these alleyways more than anyone, taking down all sorts of shady characters as my prey. This place isn't safe. If I don't get to them first, someone else will. I really don't like going out in the open like this, but I can't leave them alone. They're so utterly enchanting. I must find out why. They may seem normal on the surface, but I can sense something deeper within them. There's something special about them. Something that draws me close. Something I've never felt with anyone else before. This could be a chance to get to know them a little better. With all the commotion at the blood bank, there's hardly any chance to speak to them. They always hurry out when their shift ends. I suppose I won't know unless I get to properly speak with them. And I have to get them out of here too. They're walking my way, so perhaps I could cause a little scene for them to take notice. Maybe if I bumped into them, completely on accident, of course, and accidentally fall down, they'll simply have to help me up and start a little conversation. Yes, that's what I'll do. Now, I better get walking and have that little chance encounter. Oh, ow! Oh, that hurt. I think I scraped my knee. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't see where I was going. I bumped right into you. I'm such a klutz sometimes. Hey, you're the newbie from work, aren't you? Our newest member at the blood bank. And oh, you're reaching out to help me up? Oh, thank you. There we go, back on my feet. Sorry about that. Oh my, honey. Has anyone ever told you what nice hands you have? Wait, you're the one who's sorry? Don't be. It was my fault completely. Really, this happens more than I'd like to admit. Seriously, don't be sorry. This one's on me. Anyway, now that we're both on our feet, why don't you let me accompany you away from here? These alleyways are no good. Lots of shady people roam these parts. Let's get on the main street, and I'll walk you home so we can chat along the way. It's late enough that it'll likely just be the two of us anyway, so it's safest to go together. And don't worry, once I've escorted you safely to your home, I can catch a ride to my place. Though, I only have money for that one ride. So while I'd love to offer you a ride, I think I'll have to save it for myself once I get home. Anyway, let's get out of here. Together. Well, seeing as we're away from that dodgy alley and in the clear, what are you doing here all by yourself? Well, you're not alone now that you have me here, but before, what were you taking that risky alleyway for? Taking a shortcut after work? An efficient sort, I see, but efficiency can't come at the expense of your safety. Sweetie, people disappear from these parts all the time. Walking all alone is almost like asking for trouble. Then why was I walking alone if I know how dangerous it is? Oh, well, okay, you got me on that one. I suppose I don't have any business being here by myself either. To tell you the truth, I just wanted to go home after everything at work, but my mind was elsewhere and I got a little lost. Everyone was nagging me today, and it was so stressful. I was tired, so I just started walking in the vague direction of home without paying any attention. Hence me oh so gracefully bumping into you like I did. I guess the shock must have woken me up enough to realize where I was. You don't know what all the commotion was at work today? Well, I guess you're new, and between learning the ropes of appropriately taking inventory of all the blood bags going in and out and not pissing off that trainer of yours, it might have been hard to follow the latest blood bank news. Well, as you know, I also do inventory at the blood bank, but the numbers didn't add up regarding how much we had in stock. What was weirder was that I had one set of numbers, one coworker had another set, and another coworker had another, and so forth. It was a mess. Everyone thought that they were in the right while the others were in the wrong. The only thing that we could agree on was that something was off, and several bags of blood were missing, especially the more rare blood types we had on hand. But here's the kicker. We thought that we could resolve this by checking the inventory logs from previous days, but they were all also wrong, despite them making sense only yesterday. It was as if someone had messed with both today's logs and those dating back several weeks. This someone who's messing with our logs is thus likely to be the same person who took off with all the missing bags of blood, but who could it be, and why? That sure is a theory. A disgruntled worker who needs some cash on the side, messing with our inventory and stealing blood to sell on the black market. You're right that there is a market for that, and with the pay that we're getting, I wouldn't be surprised if some would seek illegal channels to get some more on the side. And you're definitely right about there being multiple people at work that I'd call disgruntled. But deducing precisely who that could be would be quite the feat. Perhaps it's the other newbie at work. They sure have an air about them where I wouldn't be surprised if they were the one responsible. Still, I think it could be someone else. Something more sinister. Maybe there's a Dexter type who has a real thing for blood. Maybe they pour it out in large fish tanks for them to stare at all day. Or maybe something else entirely. You think that's a little far-fetched? Well, maybe. Either way, it's a fun train of thought to go down. You have no idea how boring doing blood inventory can get after all these years. I don't mean to discourage you as soon as you've landed the job, but hell, I'd rather be doing nothing but watching blood dry some days. A little mystery such as this is the most exhilarating thing that's happened in years. Why have I worked there for years if I find it boring and the pay's no good? Well, I guess I've just worked there for so long that I've gotten used to it. It might also sound weird, but I think blood is quite interesting to work with, even if I just do inventory. How long have I worked there? Well, you really are the inquisitive one, aren't you? Look, A friend of mine used to work there, and they helped me land a job when I didn't really know what to do after I finished school. That was a while ago, and I guess I just fell into it. Why do I still do inventory even though I've worked there for years? What is this, an interrogation? Look, I know I have years of seniority over most of the managers, but I don't care about moving up the ladder. I like my simple days of doing inventory, even if it bores the hell out of me some days. It's simple and it's easy. I know where what goes, how much of what is where, and when what is scheduled to come or go. Nothing gets by without me knowing about it. Then how were my numbers at work today wrong, you ask? How could they be wrong if I claim nothing gets past me? I'm contradicting myself. Something doesn't seem right? Well, you see... Okay, you got me. You got me. I did contradict myself. I usually stay calm and collected and manage to keep my story straight, but you riled me up and stirred my emotions. Very few manage to do that, but you're special, aren't you? Does that feel good? Me tracing my thumb up and down your cheek as I cup your chin? You have such pretty lips, too. You're so beautiful. Absolutely ravishing. And oh my God, that neck of yours. Looks like someone's freezing up. Your eyes are wide with panic, but your heart knows it's right. I can hear your heart working hard to pump your blood around. I can almost see the blood from your heart being pumped up to your carotid arteries on each side of your neck, then making a stop to deposit its oxygen around your brain and head right before it makes its way down to your jugular veins and back into your lungs for a refill of oxygen, then make its way back to your heart to repeat the cycle. I wonder, what blood type do you have? Wait, what are you grabbing out of your pocket? There, caught you. Pepper spray, really? You're lucky I reacted quickly enough to grab that from you before you could try to use it. Otherwise, I would have gotten really angry. I've got you, my hand clamping onto your wrists, arms above your head, pinned to the stone wall. I only need one hand to do it, too. I'm pretty strong, you see. And don't even think about screaming. No one else is around, and it's the middle of the night, but we're still on Main Street. Why don't you come with me like good little prey into the little alleyway here? I'll hold your hand and lead you. Just play nice and I won't hurt you. At least not too bad. There we go. Now no one will see us. Would you look at that? You've escaped one dark alley only to get trapped into another. You really are too smart for your own good. If you hadn't caught on, I could have taken my time with you more thoroughly. I originally wanted to pursue you at work, maybe have it blossom into a friendship, followed by something more as time went by. This is your fault, you know. You just had to keep asking questions and using that pretty little head of yours for no good. And then to top it off, you connected a few too many dots right before trying to pepper spray me. Bad prey indeed. So, as you've probably gathered, I'm the one behind all the commotion at work. I'm the one who's been messing with everyone's logs and taking off with dozens of blood bags. But to what end? I bet that pretty little head of yours is working on the answer to that already. Is it your previous little theory about needing some money on the side? Is it my suggestion of wanting to hoard it just because I'm a little bit insane? Or is it something else entirely? Something that most would find hard to believe. Let me just cut to the chase and tell you already. But once I do, I definitely can't let you go home. I'm a vampire. Oh my. What is that face you're making? It's like you're split between shock, confusion, fear, and utter bewilderment. That's why I stole all those blood bags from work. It gets tiresome having to go out and hunt every time I need a meal. They won't suspect a thing. I've made sure of that. It's not the first time some blood has turned up missing, but hey, I bet it's a little hard to believe, but I can prove it to you. As you may have noticed, I have some rather sharp fangs. Guess what I'm going to use them for? Don't you fucking scream. Good thing I only need one hand to hold your wrists over your head and pin you to the wall, so I can muffle that pretty little mouth of yours with the other. You're going to stay quiet now if you don't want me to hurt you any more than I already planned to. You're mine now. Do you understand that? And since you're mine now, I'll do whatever I want with you. I was going to be gentle with you, but you forced me to do this. How else are you going to learn your place? Now get ready, baby. I'm going to show you what these fangs can do. Show you what's in my nature. And show what's in store for you now that you're mine. Oh my. In all my years, I don't think I've ever had blood that was quite that delicious. How did it feel for you? Did it hurt when my fangs pierced your skin and dug into your artery? Did it hurt more when I had to go in for seconds into your jugular vein? I can't tell which I enjoyed more, the oxygenated blood from your carotid or the deoxygenated blood from your jugular. All the subtle little notes of flavor. There's also such a rich iron taste in it, not too overpowering, but still present enough to be appreciated. I believe I could also taste the adrenaline coursing through your blood, the cortisol, and perhaps maybe even some hints of oxytocin. That last one is the love hormone, as many have taken a liking to calling it. You may not admit it yourself, but your body is clearly revealing to me that you need to be treated like this. Treated like my precious little blood bag. Oh, I'm sorry, my little human, but I need more. I've never had anything quite like it. Anything like you. You're so addicting. Far more than any drug in the world. like my own personal brand of heroin, or however the line goes. I don't think I can ever let you go now. Not that I plan to, but this really seals the deal. Brace yourself, okay? Stay strong while I sample some more of your delicious essence. Oh, words truly can't do you justice. I've bled many people dry for decades. Hell, I don't even remember how old I am or how many have fallen victim to my insatiable hunger, but you surpass them all. I've fed on and killed people from every walk of life, from the purest of saints to the gravest of sinners, yet none compare to you. You taste of the very essence of life, of mortality, of being. There is such a comforting warmth that courses through you, like the angelic embrace of a lover oh so longed for. Perhaps that is why. Perhaps it's because you're truly meant to be mine. Though your blood is absolutely exquisite, you're more than just my little blood bag, aren't you? I knew there was something more to you, and this must be it. You're meant to be mine in every way possible, as a lover, as a soulmate, as my other half. The mortality to my immortality, the light to my darkness, the warmth to comfort and show me love like I've never known before. I absolutely must have you now. You must be mine, and one day you will see me as yours. Oh, what's wrong, dear? You look awfully tired all of a sudden. Did I tap you of too much blood? I'm sorry, dear. I'll learn to contain my urges around you better in the future. We'll have the rest of our lives to work on it, so don't you worry. Though, the question is, do I turn you into a vampire one day, or do I just leave Earth alongside you? Do I grant you immortality, or do I sacrifice my own? Either way, I don't think I could ever be separated from you. You're in it for the long run now, baby. Oh, look at that. You're almost dozing off, barely keeping your eyes open, gradually going limp all over, like you're about to fall into my arms any second. Oh, and as if on cue, there you are, resting soundly with your head on my shoulder, arms wrapped around me, feet barely off the ground as I hold you. You're really tempting me when you're baring your neck to me like that, unconscious as you may be, but I'll hold off, for now at least. Good thing I've got my vampiric strength, otherwise you would have hit the ground hard. Your body knew it would be safe to fall into my arms. It knows what's best for you, just like I do. And because I know what's best for you, I'm taking you home, to my home, to our home. I'll be sure to grab some of your stuff tomorrow, but that can wait. I need to watch over you while you rest. I hope you won't be too scared when you wake up tied to our bed tomorrow, but I know you'll understand eventually. This will be a lot to take in, and I have to make sure you're safe and secured. You might do something stupid in that state, so I can't leave anything up to chance. You're mine now, after all, and one day you will see me as yours. Sleep well, baby. I've got you. The rest of our lives awaits us. I have so many things in store for you, but everything will come with time. You're safe in my arms. No one's going to hurt you now. You're free from the stress and hardships of the world. You're mine now.